Hello everyone, my name is Cécile Joannin. I'm working at Saft Connected Energy Division, and today with my teammate Isabelle Sourmet, we will share some advice about the process of selecting a battery for a long life IoT application. Some months ago, I was discussing with engineers about the pain points they've experienced with batteries in IoT. And someone really made my day by saying, well, the worst thing in IoT is to pick the wrong battery. At Saft, we often find that batteries are considered as an afterthought or as a minor component by IoT developers. But thankfully, the days where people were coming at us asking for a tiny battery cell to deliver current pulses up to 3 amps during several seconds for a duration of 10 years, these days are over. IoT solutions designers have become fully aware that batteries, as well as other hardware components and non-hardware functions, are critical to the success of the IoT project. So selecting the wrong battery can really turn your project into a nightmare, although you might not see that during the first months of field life. A bit like a mountain climbing expedition that can turn dramatic if you're not well prepared. But who are we exactly at Saft, and what do we do? Well, as some of you may know, we design and produce cells and batteries to power IoT applications, but also space applications like satellites, and also applications like aircrafts, trains, tramways, and we also develop backup batteries for data centers. So we don't really see ourselves as any battery vendor. Firstly, we are manufacturing different lithium primary solutions that may suit IoT use cases. The lithium thionyl chloride cells, coming with bobbin and spiral constructions, also lithium manganese dioxide cells, and finally hybrid solutions combining thionyl chloride bobbins with a lithium ion capacitor. So we won't simply push a battery technology versus another, because this is all we have. In fact, our goal is to successfully power IoT applications for the whole duration of its field life. We are convinced that choosing a battery for the IoT is not just about buying the highest capacity for the cheapest price. It's about finding the battery that is fit for purpose, reliable, secure, and that's going to offer the best capacity, and not just on paper, but during the whole field life. It's about finding the battery that's going to take you to the top of the mountain. But climbing the Everest can't be achieved alone. Then finding the right partners can be daunting. So how do we go about it? The good news is you are not alone. So let us be your hiking guide for the battery part and give you here some relevant tools and information to climb safely. Indeed, your battery manufacturer will be your best asset to reach the top. So Isabelle and myself will lead you through what's our vision of the development of an IoT project, and we will highlight the questions that must be answered at each stage because they will have an impact on the battery selection. We have summarized this process in 5 steps. So Isabelle, could you tell us more about the questions to ask yourself at project starts?
Thanks for the question, Cécile. Everyone agrees on this. When starting an IoT project, you must first define your use case and your business case. The value the end user will be able to draw from the IoT solution will be the key to the success. At such an early stage, it's not easy to figure out which battery you'll be using since the electronics is not defined yet. But still, the battery form factor will influence the mechanical design of the device. You could start by answering several questions to narrow down your battery options. The first one is which connectivity solution are you going to adopt? Are you planning to work with a radio or cellular communication? Another question is how many times per day do you imagine transmitting data? Those choices will impact the type of battery that could match your project requirements. Next is how long does your solution need to be deployed without maintenance or replacement to reach your ROI objective? And where is your device going to be deployed? Indoor or outdoor, in Russia or India? And finally, What are the applicable standards linked to the end user application? All of these answers will have an impact on the battery selection. To give you a first view of the battery options that could match this initial use case, we launch at SAFT IoT Smart Selector, a free online tool based on typical use case coming from various projects and customers. Battery datasheets can also be useful in this preliminary selection, but they don't offer any guidance on the right technology to select, nor on the battery size that will be able to deliver the necessary power to your device.
But then what's happening? How to go forward with the battery during design phase?
The next stage that will strongly impact the battery lifetime and therefore its selection is the electronic design phase. The choice of the electronic components, along with the software development, particularly to the use of low-consuming modes, must be taken into account to accurately estimate the power budget of the device. But there you could ask, Cécile, but isn't it another important thing to consider, such as the voltage response, for example? At this stage, there is a very important parameter to consider, which is the cutoff voltage of the electronics. Indeed, if defined too high, this value can be a showstopper for the whole project, a real cause of being stopped at the base camp. To help you to understand how it impacts the battery choice, you can edit the cutoff voltage of the application in the IoT Smart Selector results page. You'll have to find the right trade-off between the electronics energy efficiency and the matching power solutions. Several optimization tools are there to help you in this decision process. WiseBat and Dutch Telecom IoT Solution Optimizer, for example. These tools allow developers to simulate different electronics solutions associated with their power supply. Additionally, a discussion with electronic and battery manufacturers can help refining your design hypothesis before going on to the next stage.
Okay, so now the electronics is optimized and we have assessed the selected battery lifetime. So the next stage will be to move into the real world and test. What's important at this stage?
From the project perspective, this step will ensure the use case ROI is achievable. And from the battery perspective, it will allow you to measure the real power consumption of your device while in use, hardware and software. Many tools exist on the market to precisely measure the device consumption, such as Coitec OT solution, which doesn't require extensive testing equipment to obtain relevant information. Then, to make sure that the battery can provide sufficient power in real conditions throughout the device's lifetime, you will need to provide the detailed use case conditions to your battery manufacturer. This will ensure the technical validation of the business case and allow you to go further with the industrialization of your solution.
Industrialization is indeed the next step. And again, there are important matters related to the battery to succeed. Could you tell us more?
The best partners at this stage are the electronic manufacturing services companies, the EMS. They will recommend a solution that will allow the scalability of their hardware solutions. They will also validate the business case by considering all the costs of the end-to-end solutions from cradle to grave. This includes the cost of installation, maintenance, disposal, and recycling, some of which are sometimes overlooked. From the battery perspective, the integration of the battery into the device can impact the battery design and cost. The connection between the device and its battery must be safe and reliable throughout the field life duration and conditions to meet the project's specification for cost, reliability, sustainability, and safety. Automated integration is not compatible with a mid-life battery replacement, for example.
So now the solution is ready to be rolled out. This is the zero moment of truth. But wait a minute. There is one more thing before to plant your flag at the mountaintop.
One of the tricky parts with lithium batteries is undoubtedly the transport and the logistics. Lithium batteries are all considered as dangerous goods, and as such, they must be transported and handled under strict certification rules and conditions. Companies outside the battery business have often felt overwhelmed with all this. So again, partner with your battery manufacturer to get knowledge and advice about these legal and safety requirements.
To conclude this keynote, we would like to remind you that the battery can make or break your IoT business case. Battery selection is influenced by different aspects of your project, such as the use case or the electronics design. Saft is offering tools for developers to help taking all these parameters into account. By using them and by collaborating with the right partners, should they be battery manufacturers, EMS companies, or chipset manufacturers, IoT developers can make sure to find the right match for their IoT solution. The Everest is at their fingertips. Thanks a lot for your attention. You probably don't want to miss the workshop Saft is hosting with Quatech, as we will talk about batteries again. Have a good day.